That is the most paid I have ever been in my life.
Had 8 different promotions, got my degree paid for by my employer.
Hey, this is the Hustle Table. I'm Aisha.
I'm Natalie.
And we're going to be talking to you all things hustling, from side hustles to careers to hobbies, just everything that people can be doing outside of their normal day-to-day jobs.
You took my line, babe. You took my line.
Screaming.
Literally, like Aisha said, we're going to be discussing everything that you would usually have discussions with your mates. But we thought, do you know what, we'll bring it to the hustle table, we'll bring it to you guys. You guys have been asking us on one-to-ones just about our own career journeys, our own life journeys. So we thought, might as well start a podcast.
Yeah.
Why not? So Aisha, tell us a little bit more.
Right, we've got a couple of slogans. It's either what I wish I knew when I was younger, because there's a lot of things that I wish I knew when I was younger. But also, the whole point of the hustle table is like, instead of trying to create a space on the table, why don't you just make your own table?
100%.
Do you know what I mean? It
100%.
makes sense. Just make your own. So that's kind of where we got the concept of the hustle table. So let me do my career journey. So my career journey is a bit odd. So I wanted to play basketball my whole life. So I got into Loughborough on a basketball scholarship. But I'm from an African household where basketball is just not a thing that you do as a career.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to study banking. So I was studying banking, finance and management while doing a basketball scholarship. Cool. Then, you know, I injured myself, as you know, a lot of athletes do, and couldn't play. So I got upset and went to go work abroad for a year. So I worked in South Africa doing investment banking. I worked in Nigeria doing investment banking. The only reason I left South Africa is because they were going through like xenophobia and they were just killing people that weren't South African. I'm not South African. So I had to move to Nigeria. Nigeria was cool. The pay was atrocious, so I left. Finished my degree. And then after my degrees, Abu Dhabi offered me a job. That was calm. That is the most paid I have ever been in my life.
Nice.
And no tax.
Nice.
So that was, I enjoyed it. But my issue was, I used to travel to Saudi Arabia. And obviously, like as a female and a black female, they don't chat to you.
Yeah.
They don't respect you. Like I had to have a male secretary talk on my behalf because my clients would speak to me. I got arrested. I actually got arrested because I was hungry, and I was out without a male chaperone.
You never told me this.
No.
No.
Yeah, I was arrested. I sat there for 16 hours, I just cried. cried for the whole thing. So, yeah, obviously that was like my last day. And I came back to the UK and started working at the bank that I work in now. And here we are. I think in terms of like other stuff I do, obviously like I have a radio show that I produce. I hand model but don't look at my hands because I don't look nice today. I coach basketball, I tutor maths, I tutor financial literacy. There's something
You
else.
do bare things.
There's something else.
Bare things.
Oh, I do shares and trading and all that. I think when I didn't have a job, I was doing all these things, but it's just maintaining that while I had a job. So that's kind of like what I'm doing now. That's my story, isn't it? That's not really much.
Do you know what's mad though? I think we have complete different stories, and that's why we're going to mesh really well together. I haven't been able to get rid of you since. But my story's a bit different. So I went to school in South East London, that's now closed down. It was Stephen Lawrence's previous school. So I used to go Black and Blue Coats, for anyone that's from South London that knows. And at the time when I was in school, I wasn't necessarily the most motivated, if that makes sense. So I had a lot of stuff going on at home, which I will get into a little bit more in the episodes. But at the time, I'd lost my little brother, and I was my mum's primary carer. So education for me wasn't necessarily top of the list, if that makes sense. What was top of the list was me getting into work, getting paid so I can provide for my family. So I did my first year of sixth form, hated it, like I said, was like, this is not for me. Education and formal route is not the way I want to go. So I was very fortunate at the time to be in a girl band, working with a charity. I won't ever tell you that name.
Till now, she has not told me the name of this girl band. Like, I've been trying to search and she's just...
Everything's on private anyway, so you'll never be able to find anything unless the other girls say what the name is. But, so yeah, the charity at the time was working with the bank that we work with now on apprenticeships. So they was like, oh, do you want the opportunity to join the bank as an apprentice? And at the time I was like, banking, me, I don't know if that's going to work. But I thought, you know what, it's money in the bank, it's a career, it's something for me to start doing. So I started. 8 years later, still there. But I have, in the kind of 8 years that I've worked there, done 8 different job roles, had 8 different promotions, got my degree paid for by my employer, and now running some sick projects, which we'll talk about later. So it's like I said, it's interesting because I've never worked abroad, or I've never had the same kind of experiences of you going to uni and experiencing the uni experience where I was just like doing it whilst working. So yeah, no, I think it's gonna be an interesting one. We already have so much conversations around this stuff anyway. So we thought we'll bring it to you guys on camera, so you guys can see what we talk about.
Yeah, and then we're gonna at some point have a couple guests. We're gonna teach you some stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, we want to bring everything to the table. Like, we want to be as open as possible. We want you guys to be as open as possible with us, and
come on this journey with us, really. So, yeah.